live, so he can check it.
We're going live.
Okay.
Oh crap! I'm afraid.
Oh, muscles.
Muscles.
Oh, muscles.
If you can hear everyone. Okay. Okie dokie. So then the secondary question to that baseline that we just came up with is how long do you guys think you would be together at this point? Do you think you would have graduated college by this point or still in college? Just sort of like an idea of time frame.
Hmm.
Maybe it's like oh, go ahead.
I like the idea of us still being in college and not having to like have jobs and stuff, and maybe this is just a spring break vacation.
So maybe like junior or senior year of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe this is senior year of college because that ups the stakes. It's our last spring break together. We have been roommates since. Well, we have been roommates since sophomore year, and we have been dating since junior. This is like right
Like you asked
after.
Felicity sophomore year.
Exactly.
You realized during junior year.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Okay. So you guys are thinking this is like some of y'all's final year at college, some of y'all are still there, kind of a deciding factor on everything, like a precipice right before having to go into the real world. And you've now been together for probably at least a year or two.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like we've made it past the first couple of humps, and now we're on the like the new pressure, right? We're like probably Felicia's thinking like law school.
100%, yeah. It's the big decisions.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I'm here
Friday.
for the Legally Blonde. Like, go full tilt. Like, please.
Full tilt. And then I think like Friday's probably trying to line up like a journalism piece in like a city that has a lot of like underground scene, maybe the Inquirer, you know, with their monster fucking interests. Right? And then I don't know where Felicity, like, what is Felicity up to? What is Felicity majoring in?
She's business. So she's like, oh, I'll just open my bakery down from like in between. Her idea is like in between like the news the news and the wherever she decides for like the law firm. And she's just gonna be like right there in the middle, so you guys can both come over for lunch and we can see each other. And she's like kind of panic mode, like, okay, I have to find the perfect spot so I can like perfect distance in between and not miss anyone.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Me too.
like I'm trying to be stationed in the Pacific, like in between Northern California and Portland area, because that's where some weird stuff happens. Or Appalachia, one or the other, where there's forests.
And that brings up a good point too. Where do you guys think, I'm assuming if this is like Felicia's family villa, this is probably somewhere really bougie, like somewhere on the French Riviera or like in Italy or something private and like something you would want to offer them that maybe they haven't had before, especially now because I feel like this is you coming fully into that relationship and like trying to kind of give it your all. So, especially based off some of the pictures that I sent you guys, where do you think that this romantic vacation is taking you?
Oh, so many good options. How about like southern Italy? We've got a little villa right on the ocean. It is secluded and private and gorgeous. And I want to just treat my girls to the best spring break ever.
Best and perhaps last spring break ever.
I think that fits. I think that'd
Last
be
spring
good.
break, but not last vacation.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to attempt to segue over to those questions that I sent you guys earlier. This is just more so for me so I can nail down the final pieces of this game. For anyone who is watching our stream, this is based off of a really fun one-page system that I'm pulling up in my window and I'm sure the stream can see now. And it's just called Lesbian Werewolves on a Beach. Or Let's Go Lesbians, Let's Go, which is way more fun to say in my opinion. Now, Barb, you'll have to remind me what you actually got this from, but it was Barb that shared it with us.
So I got this from a trans rights bundle that was done a couple of years ago, and it included probably 50 different, just little tiny things like this. And I'm excited for it. It's a one-page thing. It looks like, I think at the bottom it says that whoever made it did so in like a little game-a-thon.
It was made in
just-
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very light, very fun.
Yes.
I am super excited that Emma's going to run it for us.
I'm excited to run it. This is great. And there's a couple reasons why. First of all, lesbian. Second of all, werewolves. Third, I have 3 of my favorite people playing with me. And fourth, this is a very rules light, heavy narrative, which is absolutely my jam if anyone knows me. The idea of this is, what I'm sure some people listening have already figured out, is that we're figuring out this beautiful lesbian throuple and the ins and outs of their relationship. And you are about to go on a beautiful beach vacation together where just everything possible is obviously going to go wrong because me, the force of nature in this system, which I think I'm going to start adopting because, like, don't get me wrong, GM's cool, but force of nature has a sort of je ne sais quoi to it that is a lot scarier. And I get to explain things, give you plot points, and then you guys just get to narrate. There is like a very, very small side note here that if you want to roll dice, we can do like the 2d6 system. I think we're just going to roll with the narrative, and if we need to roll anything, we can kind of decide as we go. But I'm totally cool keeping this heavy narrative if you guys are.
Let's do it.
Amazing. I'm going to pull up the first reference image for the Twitch streamers. And that's going to be the one of the first reference images that I sent you guys with that villa built kind of up into the mountain right on the water side. And that's where you guys are going to have your vacation. Before we jump into the vacation itself, like I said, we're going to go ahead and answer those questions about your relationship because these are going to help me, like I just said, as the force of nature, finish out these plot points. So I believe the 3 that I sent were, what do you personally want from this relationship? What is something that scares you about the relationship? And what is one of the things that you love most about your throuple members? You do not have to go in any sort of order, and whoever, you can jump around too. If there's like one you'd rather answer than the other and then kind of get to the other 2, that is perfectly fine. But we're going to answer those. And then I will give another slightly long introduction of the scene that you guys are coming on to, and then we're going to jump right in, okay?
Okay. I'll start with Friday. So Friday it's easy to answer what scares her about the relationship, which is that she cares about these 2. She likes to pretend that she's an independent, like, cat-like person, but just like a cat would be without their people, like, she needs them. And that's a little bit scary for her. So, like, she wants to pursue, like, a journalism, especially in the crypto journalism world, but doesn't feel like she can without, like, her anchor people. And so that really scares her about that. As far as something that she personally wants from this relationship, I feel like she wants to be able to communicate that she cares about them, but she's like getting in her own way about that. She doesn't really know how, as much as she's good at the written word, she's really good at tearing into things and tearing into people, but not necessarily really good at like being emotionally on par.
More
Kind of like,
slam
I'll love-
poetry than like rip
More
my
like
heart out
slam.
poetry.
Yeah, exactly. We're not like doing a Lord Byron here. We're doing like protest poetry kind of like level of like really slam poetry. Yeah. And one of the things that she loves about her throuple members is just like the amount of like freedom they have in expressing themselves. Because again, as much as that she loves, as much as she like cares for them, she feels like this block kind of there, and she loves the fact that they're so open about the way that they feel, and it's easy for them, and they almost don't need it from her. So even though she would like to be there to give it.
I think that's a great place to start.
I'd love to go next. So I have Felicia, and I don't know how much of the little introduction was part of the stream, so I'm going to give a little bit of the background so that this makes a little bit more sense. But she is pretty new to coming out, and that kind of flavors what she wants out of this relationship, which is she wants to feel like this is real, like she is allowed to be in a lesbian relationship, allowed to be in this throuple, and is not just like a third wheel that these guys are so nice to let along and oh, whatever, that's okay. So she wants to feel fully accepted, fully part of this community. Something that scares her about the relationship is I think that she is afraid that her parents are going to find out about this and cut her off financially. And then if that happens, what if she finds out that these ladies only wanted her around for the fun trips and all of the things that the cash could provide, and not just for her and who she is. So she definitely still leans in to using the money as much as she can to like treat people because she loves you guys and wants to treat you, but is worried that like if she wasn't able to do that anymore, she couldn't still be part of this relationship and she wouldn't be wanted. For the things that she loves about the throuple members, I think Friday, being this little goth, is like nobody I've really ever interacted with a whole lot before we met, because I'm from this world of like garden parties and very straight-laced, very traditional people, and that makes Friday very exciting and kind of dangerous, which I like. And then for Felicity, I think what Felicia likes about her is she is just like so soft and easy and accepting, and I'll say I love your skincare routine too. You take good care of yourself and you take good care of us.
Love.
So for Felicity, she just wants, I mean, she wants everything from this relationship. Like, she finally feels like she's found her people. Because, I mean, she's always been a lesbian, but because she's so bubbly and kind of tries to be friends with everybody and is that kind of almost not quite stereotypical college girl, but then also a little bit, she feels like she's not taken seriously. And people kind of like, oh, she's just going through that college phase, like she's just doing this because she's in college, like that sort of thing. And she knows that like both of you don't see her that way. And so like that's what she loves about both of you as well. Like you both are like actually take her seriously and understand who she is. And And then the thing that scares her is losing the relationship. Like, you're both have really strong dreams and want to be in like these big places and big cities and like follow where you want to be, like your lawyer and journalism. And she knows that that could take you at opposite ends of the country, and she could literally do what she wants to do anywhere. Like, she just wants to set up her bakery and run her business, and she can follow both of you to the end of the earth, but you could be at opposite ends, and she's terrified.
I want to give Felicity a hug. Friday, however.
But Friday would not.
I think that's a good place to start, guys. That's an amazing little piece of vulnerability from everybody on like what they hope for in this awesome little throuple relationship. But also just what they're scared about, the things that could come of it, which may come of it. Who knows? You know, probably me, the force of nature. I definitely know, but we'll see. So, you guys have decided to go on this beautiful romantic vacation together. I'm going to say that it's probably around some sort of auspicious time. Maybe not like your anniversary, but maybe like the first time you guys said, I love you, or something meaningful. And especially because, as we said, this is going to be one of the last spring breaks you guys have together, in college specifically. You want to do something special. So, Felicia has offered up her family's villa south of Italy, right on the water, secluded, private beach. You have boats to take you out to the sandbar. It's way too big for just the three of you, so you can enjoy yourself. Very small house stuff, I'm sure, to make you all the food and all the things, all that fun stuff. And how, aside from flying, obviously, to get to airport, how do you think you guys would arrive at the villa?
I mean, I think my family would have a private car option. If you guys want to take the car, I could call the car, or we could like do a more local thing. Like whatever you want. This is perfect. However you want to do it, it's going to be amazing.
Was it far? Can we walk there and see the sights?
Yeah, we totally can.
Oh, okay. We're going to be walking. Great. Fantastic.
It'll be fun. We can
Um,
hold hands and look at all of the structures, and it's beautiful here.
Of course, rotting buildings. Fantastic. I love architecture.
It'll be good to write about later.
I guess. Fine. Lead the way.
Okay, it's just down this way.
As you guys set off down this beautiful, idyllic Italian cobblestone road, I'm sure, through probably a small village, because of course you flew private. Why would you fly anything else if you don't have to? Describe to me how everyone's feeling, especially again, given all of the things we already talked about, kind of last spring break together, this big vacation, a whole, I'm going to assume like week long kind of time with each other. You probably haven't had, you guys probably just like finished up finals and stuff. What is everybody feeling as you walk down the streets holding hands together?
I know Friday's a little uncomfortable because it's not quite like, well, number one, everyone's hands are a little sweaty, which is like because it's like a little bit of a texture thing for her. So she's like giving you the linking arms for you to just let her touch her in between. So she just like doesn't like that. She also is like not aware or not very familiar with this area. So she's like extra crabby. She's like trying to be in a good mood and like forcing it. But she's like extra crabby because she's really nervous because she like plans to do all of these things that are just coming out as like extra crabbiness and anxiety.
Felicity definitely like grabs and links under your arm and then links under Felicia's arm, and she's giddy and trying extra hard not to show that she's nervous and kind of apprehensive sad, because she's afraid that this is like it, like this is our last vacation, but she doesn't want you guys to know that.
Like Felicia can tell that there's something going on with both of you and feels like it is her duty as the one that kind of planned this trip to make sure that everything goes super well. So she's a little bit stressed out that like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have walked. I don't know, and is trying to like point out there's probably a witch that lives in that house. Isn't that cool? Aren't you so excited to be here? And like, look, here's a bakery. We could stop and we could get some really delicious pastries. And we're so happy to be here, right, guys? Yeah.
Do you think that witch would have any like skeletons of small babies that I could buy from here? I think a nice little souvenir would be fantastic.
Oh, I don't know how to say skeleton of small baby in Italian. That might be a little tricky.
What about skeleton of tiny chicken? Is that close enough? Do you know the word for chicken?
I do. We could try.
Okay.
Get a skeleton. Just get her a skeleton. She'll be happy.
There you go.
It's got to be a specific skeleton, actually. It's very important that it is a specific skeleton. Has to be like a small child or a small animal, specifically.
Babe, whatever skeleton you want, we can absolutely get it.
I have to point out for the viewers, because I know that I'm not smart enough yet to mirror over the Discord cameras, but the fact that Rowan is doing this with the perfect goth bitch voice and is also currently wearing heavy eyeliner, I feel it's a disservice that they can't see it, because the expressions that they just held when they said tiny baby chicken skeleton was hands down one of the best things I've ever seen.
Tiny babies. I feel like I take a snapshot for the fans.
So you guys are walking down, you're chit-chatting, you're pointing things out, you're having a grand old time. I'm gonna say it's probably 30-minute walk from the private airport through the tiny village, down the country road to the private villa. You know, you don't want to be too far out from civilization and shopping and airport, but you don't want to be too close to the common folk and the farms, God forbid. Unless they're a vineyard, then it is acceptable, but fine line. So you guys come up to the villa. Beautiful architecture, old money feels. Felicia, tell me, what do you think that your family's villa would look like? And you can base off some of the reference pictures that we did, or if you have this idea of how they would upkeep it or what it might look like, set the scene for us a little bit so we know what you guys are kind of walking up on in this first part of your adventure.
So I think that as you come down, it has this very nice cobblestone drive and these grand gates that open up. And around the house, there's a couple of grapevines to make it feel almost like it's a vineyard, but not so much to actually be a pain to upkeep. The house itself is that very classic Italian style with the white stucco and the red tile roof, and has these beautiful gardens and overlooks the ocean for a little private beach that we have access to.
And what are you guys feeling as you walk up to this beautiful, opulent villa? And I mean, you guys know Felicia comes from money. Like, you've been on trips with her before. She's dropped, you don't even want to think about how much on dates and excursions and things. But this is a little bit different because this is, again, her family villa. It is been in her family vacations here, and you guys are sort of being let into her world a little bit more. So between that and then also just, again, the opulence and the beauty that was just described, what are the other two parties in our throuple here feeling?
Leslie, go first this time.
Nervous, overwhelmed, probably. Like she's never seen anything like this. Doesn't really know what to think, and probably intimidated too. Like this isn't something that she could provide for Felicia, so that little intimidation comes into like, I can't pay for this on bakery money. Like
How am I supposed to provide for my girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Friday's kind of in the similar boat of like she thinks about the poems that she's like prepped, and like all of this like this gesture that she's like working up towards, and doesn't feel like it's good enough because this is way more than she was expecting, and she's just like, so this is small, smaller than I was thinking, at least.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it would be nice to have one of the cozier places. And like there's still quite a lot of rooms to do stuff in. I mean, I think we're gonna still have a really good time, but if this is not what you were hoping for, we can absolutely get back on the jet and go to my
No,
Switzerland
no, Felicia, it's
chalet.
perfect.
Oh no, I'll deal with it, I guess. It's
Friday.
fine.
It's
But
perfect, Felicia.
Oh, Boo Boo, thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah,
I'm really
it's
excited to show you guys around.
quaint.
How's the kitchen? I'd love to bake for you guys.
I was hoping you would say that. Okay, so the kitchen has been updated with all the latest and greatest, and I made sure to ask them to get some ingredients for you so you can make your famous desserts for us. All right,
Oh, I'm so
uh,
excited.
I lead them through to the kitchen, which is light, airy, has a couple of ovens in there, very well equipped. And that's where we go next.
Felicia,
This
tell
is
me,
beautiful.
who do you think would be maybe a staff member that would have been here since you were young? A head of staff, a kitchen help, someone maybe who would be waiting for you guys, and maybe that you trusted enough to be here since your family doesn't 100% know what's going on.
Yeah. Let's say that we have the old Italian caretaker of this villa. We'll call him Carlo. And he has been like a grandfather to me in a lot of ways. He is very sweet, understands exactly what people might need, and just anticipates that. And I feel like he can keep a secret. So I'm glad to have him here while we're here.
So, as you guys enter the kitchen, Carlo is waiting for you guys. And just as Felicia described, older Italian gentleman, darkly tanned, almost leathery skin from working out in the sun and living here on the villa for so long in his life. I'm going to say he's probably in his 50s, his 60s. He's, a little ways up there, but not old by any means. And as he sees you come in, Felicia, I'm going to say he comes running over to you, grabs your hands, gives you the effervescent kiss on both cheeks and big hug. He smells like fresh baked bread and olive oil and all of those things that you reminisce from here and vacationing here in the times as a child, even into adulthood, and just those fondest of memories. And after a very quick Italian exchange between the two of you, he's going to turn to the other two and, oh, are these the beloveds?
Yes.
Hello. I'm
Please
Felicity.
don't.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, she said no touchy. No touchy.
Yeah, please don't touch me. I do not
But-
consent to kissing.
I love it.
Oh.
And she's gonna like one jet him.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's gonna be ready. And I'm assuming Carlo's not very like tall or anything along those lines, but he's like built. He's like very broad. He's got strong shoulders, strong like farmer's arms. So I'm also gonna say he's probably shorter than all of you, even the shortest in the group. Like he's just like a stocky Italian guy, but he's like ready when Felicity comes and he's just, oh yes, sweet sweet baby, and like kisses both cheeks, gives big hug, and he kind of like makes eye contact with Friday and is just like, I know consent very important.
All right, Carlos, I won't kill you tonight.
There's still time then, I see. And he's going to turn to Felicia and he's going to let you know as he finishes walking you guys into the kitchen. This is sort of like in the entryway to it. I made sure to grab everything on the list that you sent me in the electronic mail that I still getting used to. But point being, I get all ingredients, and he gestures. You see, it looks like maybe they just went and got the ingredients maybe from the fresh market, and they're all just like splayed out over this massive granite countertop. And there's another younger Italian woman that's like putting some of the cold stuff in this like three pull door like kitchen fridge kind of vibe. And there is everything you asked for, but this looks like they got everything you asked for like 20 people.
I
Oh my.
turn to
Wow.
Carlo and I say, Carlo, this is perfect. I was worried that you weren't going to get enough, but Felicity loves to bake so much. I think this is going to be just right for the week.
Are we planning on feeding an army or the entirety of the community in the downtown that we just passed?
Babe,
I mean, we can if you guys don't eat it all. Are these fresh blueberries? Oh my goodness. It will be so good in my tarts and my scones. And I can make bagels for in the morning.
Please
Will
tell
you eat
me
both?
you have my hot pocket.
And
Did you have
Can
the hot
make one.
pockets?
he's gonna gesture towards the full fridge open, and you do indeed see like three of those like Costco packs of like I read Friday as like a hot and spicy hot pocket girl. Like
Yep.
yeah. Like
Absolutely.
like three
And
Costco
like we're
boxes of
doing,
them.
and then like 4 like teas. Like she eats hot pockets and tea, and she needs those both for her routine in the morning.
Yes, and he lets you know that he got the coffee that Felicia wanted them to try. That's from local and is ground fresh every morning. He also made sure to get the flour from the local farmer so that it was locally sourced. And he also picked up some stuff for a dinner party tomorrow evening that he would love to cook for you guys. He'd love to do his famous branzino fish, some quail, some big T-bone steaks, roasted potatoes and asparagus. He starts listing off all the things he used to make for you as a child, and he wants to make all of this for you guys tomorrow night. And he says, he's like, I will leave you shortly. I just wanted to say I'm so happy that my dear sweet Felicia has brought you to meet me. And she seems so happy. Look at her. She glows. She beauty like the moon. The so beautiful. In love. The amore.
oh,
She is
Like the
hello.
moon.
blinding,
That about her.
one could say.
Guys, you're so sweet.
Okay. And he is going to leave you guys. He's going to let you know that the bags were sent ahead from the private jet. They are upstairs. He put you in your old suite, which is actually like a conjoining of like 3 rooms and then one big, heavily 4-postered bed, bathroom, spa, etc. And he does let you know that he has also made sure that there is a cooler of fruit sandwiches, some wine, some champagne, and it is all ready. So if you wish to take it on the boat to the sandbar after you settle in, it is all ready for you guys.
Oh, the sandbar is amazing. We have to go to the sandbar, guys. I'm so excited.
Is it a bar that they put on the sand, or is it like a sand that is made into a bar? Or is
Looks
there
like
a
we take
mysterious
the bar to the sand. Look at all this wine. We take the bar to the sand.
You do
guys
know
are
I
so
am
funny.
placated with mine. It's true. The question I have is, do we have accurate and enough shade in this sandbar? Or I know I packed a parasol in here somewhere. And sunglasses. And a giant hat. And she takes out, like, from her purse, like, a giant thing of SPF 400 and, like, plops it down and goes, and enough sunscreen to cover myself.
Darling, you do know that the sun's not going to murder you. Like, you
That
know, I
remains to be
love
seen.
putting sunscreen on you, but it's not going to kill you to get some sun.
Actually, sun cancer kills, or skin cancer kills so many people a year. And
One day in the
also,
sun.
no, thank you. No, thank you. Mm-mm. I would rather stay in the shade. Thanks.
They do let you know that I'm sure Felicia thought ahead, and they have also set out some extra large beach umbrellas and also one of those sort of pull out. I want to say cabana, but that's not the word I want. It's the coverage, like the
Canopy?
that. Thank you. Same letter. That's
Come
why
on.
brain.
Like it. Well, shall we? Where's the next thing on our routine? Do we want to go to the sandbar first? Prepare for this. Do we have something else? We can go back to the witch.
Well,
What
I
did you
think
have planned, Felicia?
it's it's a really good time of day for the sandbar. If you wanted to like get some bread rising right before we go, maybe that would be good timing. But the witch seems like more of a nighttime thing to me. I'm thinking sandbar and then dinner and then witch
Ooh,
with baking like scattered in.
Okay, do
understandable.
you want to apply Friday's sunscreen and I'll go start the bread and then we should be ready to go?
It's a really good use of our time there. I absolutely always want to apply your sunscreen, babe.
I think Friday goes, like, nods, and then just, like, takes off the 3 shawls that were, like, covering the different types of, like, just like, there's a jacket, and then there's, like, an additional sunscreen protection, and then another mini jacket to reveal her one piece with, like, a little cut out, like, shark bleeding. It's all black, of course. Just to, like, the very, like, goth sun outfit with like all of her tattoos that need to be covered.
For
And then she
anyone
just like flops
watching,
down.
I did share this lovely art that Rowan sent to us earlier on the stream for everyone to see. This was their rendition of kind of what maybe our girls would look like going down to the beach.
They kind of flop down, or she kind of flops down onto like one of the multiple couches, loungewear, and just goes, "All right, I'm ready."
Get out the gigantic bottle of sunscreen and start rubbing it all over, making sure I get in all of those extra sensitive places that we don't want sunburned.
I also feel like because it's cold, she goes, "Love the pain."
Felicia's going to kiss you both on the forehead and be like, have fun, loves. And she's going to go start the bread.
Oh, cute.
Felicity, tell me, because I'm assuming, as someone who wants to open their own bakery, have their own business, I feel like bread making and the kneading and the process, that's a very like meditative thing. You know, it's a very like time for your brain to kind of work. It's a time for you to take a moment, especially because your two loves are getting ready and doing things. What's going through Felicity's mind while she's getting this bread ready to put in the proving drawer and make lots of things later on that evening?
Yeah, so part of the reason that she was like, hey, because, you know, obviously she loves putting on the sunscreen, but she was also like, I kind of need a minute to just kind of like get some of this anxiety out. She's overwhelmed with coming into the villa and meeting somebody else from Alicia's life because we've not met anyone yet. And so that experience was more comfortable than she expected it to be because she knows how Felicia's family or how Felicia has described her family. Like she's nervous about them knowing. So for us to actually meet someone that has been like a grandfather to her, is kind of overwhelming. Like she wasn't expecting that experience. And then all of the other things that she's like thinking about with the last vacation and she's like kneading the bread like extra hard, like
Mhm.
trying to get all of that out so she can be her best self for her ladies.
How do you think, especially coming to this villa, and I kind of say that again, like earlier, obviously, you guys, you know, Felicia comes from money. It's a thing, you're aware. But this is, again, sort of like you've said, and I brought up earlier, this is like the first visceral realization of like what kind of money Felicia comes from. Do you think that would be like bringing up any sort of insecurities in Felicity or any thoughts of like worry, especially
Oh,
on
for sure.
top of, like you guys said, you're still being in school kind of a year behind them and everything?
Oh yeah, Felicity's terrified. Because like when I said when she like was coming up, like she knows that she can't provide this for her with her future plans. So now she's scared that she could lose her. She can't give this to her.
And what do you think would be Felicity's go-to stress bake? Like I know we're making dough, but are we making like bagel dough, sour bread dough? Are we making like laminated like scone dough? Like what do you think she would go to automatically as like her kind of, okay, I'm stressed. I got to get some tension out. I've got to really focus. What do you think she's making to get ready? And then by definition to make for her lovers later.
So probably three different things. One would just be the typical easy bread that she knows that she can just knead the shit out of and it's not going to matter if she needs it too much. And then she's also going to be making bagel dough for in the morning with her because she knows that Felicia loves her blueberry bagels. And she's also attempting a dough that she's been working on to make Friday her special Hot Pockets that she hasn't told her about. But she wants to attempt to make her breakfast Hot Pockets for in the morning. So she's like kind of nervous doing that, but needing the other dough extra hard, just in case.
Which is perfect for one of our chat recommendations. They said that they think that Felicity should make puff pastry, which I think would be perfect for those hot pockets.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna leave her to her dough beating and what is that, starch abuse? I don't know. Over to the other two. As you guys are lathering on the sunscreen, and I'm assuming it's one of those moments as someone who is very, very white and burns if she sits too close to the window. You like put a layer on, and then Friday's kind of like, no, more. And
Yep.
repeat.
Like we wait till the first one dries, and then we put another one on, and then we wait till the second one. It is like zinc level of like very like. I know we've had the ones when you were kids that like dyed your faces different colors. Like I had pink and purple one. This one is like straight up zinc, like pure white.
Besides the
Like,
obvious of how to put on this zinc like just turpentine of a sunscreen. What are you guys chatting about? What are you kind of thinking or saying to one another? You also sort of have this enclosed moment with your other part in the kitchen, and what would you guys maybe be talking about?
I think that Friday has been looking at the mail, trying to look for different colleges and stuff, and maybe goes. So Felicia, have you heard anything from any of the law schools that you've been trying to get into? Not that I care or anything, but it is taking up the most of our current mail right now.
Alicia kind of smiles to herself and thinks, she does care. And then responds, it's like, oh, yeah, babe. I've heard back from like one or two good things. I'll have a couple of options, which is great.
Oh, Which ones are you thinking?
I mean, I was kind of leaning towards New York, but I don't know. I know that like real estate is kind of pricey there, and for Felicity's bakery, like, is she gonna want to have it in a high rise?
I mean, it's dough. It can be in any type of rise, right? As long as it's rising. That's bread, right? It rises. No.
The high rise helps the rising, obviously. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
That's why the
Yeah.
best bread's from New York.
Unless she's trying to make flatbread, in which case we'll get a flat. But I mean, why are you worried? You can afford literally anything for her if you really wanted.
I mean, yeah, that's not the issue. I could buy her whatever she needs. That's totally fine. But I, you know how sometimes you you want something specific and you feel like you have to change what you want because of the people in your life, and she's kind of like struggling to articulate this. She doesn't want to come out and necessarily say it. She's like, I just want Felicity to be able to choose what she wants and not choose what I want, you know?
Well, how Felicity often wants whatever we want. So unless you say what you want, she probably doesn't necessarily know. She says, and she peers her eyes. I realize I'm making facial expressions and no one can see them. So she like shifts her eyes a little bit and like gives like a matter of fact kind of like duh face.
Yeah, I I guess I just don't want to like tell her and then have her change all of her plans. It's like maybe she could tell me what she's thinking first because I have options. It's not like it's hard to get into law school or anything.
Like
But,
it's hard.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could get in, you know, anywhere, I guess. Law school is like not that difficult. Whatever. Um, I don't know. I feel like her ultimate goal would be to kind of settle. She wants to go where you want to go. So keep that in mind. You know,
I'm
don't take away her agency to choose where because you are afraid to let her choose. She
right.
says, realizing that didn't come out quite right, but sticking with it.
I'm going to step in as a force of nature here for a moment, and I'm going to put a thought inside of Felicia's head as well. Because, you guys have been doing a lot of talking about your law school and eventually Felicity's bakery. But this kind of reminds you that Friday's also been applying for journalism internships, different newspapers, different editing companies, different places, and she hasn't mentioned that once.
Friday. I I know you just said that like Felicity wants to go where I want to go, but what if she wants to go where you want to go? Like, have you heard back on any of your internships?
Um, you know, there's been a letter or two, I guess, but like not much going on there. We were talking kind of, you know, about your guys' stuff. So, um, uh, you see that she like gets kind of like really clammy and like doesn't like you almost feel her like temperature drop in her body and like her little like ears pop out as they tend to do since we've mentioned they're werewolves, and that is voluntary. Her ears kind of pop out and like go down, almost like involuntarily, and she just like goes down just like involuntarily, like she's caught in something, and just goes, I don't I haven't heard anything decisive yet.
Oh, okay, babe. I mean, you'll let us know when you hear, right?
Yeah, will be the first to know, of course. Right.
Okay, good.
Jumping
Thank you.
over to Felicity, I'm going to say that you've, in rapid succession, finished your does. You've got them kind of set up. I'm going to say again, as sort of a force of nature move here, that you're heading back towards one of the sitting rooms where you left your lovers, and you kind of managed to catch the tail end of this conversation. You don't quite hear like the vulnerable comment that Friday says about letting you choose. You don't quite catch like the full concept of what if she wants to go with you, but you do hear them talking about internships. You hear like snippets of law school, and you kind of at least get the gist of what you're walking into.
Hey, you guys ready? Like, what were you talking about?
Oh, nothing. And she like kind of sits up and like, that's probably enough for now. Is the um bread rising or whatever?
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good.
Some. Well, thanks, Boo. Thanks for making the bread. I'm super excited for that. It's gonna be really good. But yeah, let's grab the drinks and head out to the sandbar.
Okay.
Right.
Do you guys I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Felicia's probably driven the boat a couple of times in her lifetime. Does she want someone to drive one of the bigger boats for them so they kind of have like one of the like the short yachts that they can be on or in the water, or does she want to take like the little like more intimate three-person kind of like speedrunner?
I think she wants it to be the more intimate, more romantic little boat. We're taking the little wave skipper out to the sandbar.
I love that.
Okay. Okay, so you guys head out. Now, one of the wonderful things about being of money is that it's not just the villa that Felicia's family owns, but it is this kind of expanse of water and land. And so you have the villa that's built sort of up into the more craggy cliffside that is very normal of Italian on the water, all that fun stuff. But then you get to the beach and it narrows into a long peninsula that widens back out, and there's smaller docks, and further out in the water is a sandbar. So your family owns all of this. No one else can come here. It's strictly for you guys. You get down to those docks that your family owns, just a short kind of 5-minute walk from the house down the beach, like I said. There are a couple staff members there. You very easily kind of wave them away. And you guys get on this boat and head off. What's kind of going through everyone's minds? Especially, we had some very real conversations. You know, Felicity, they kind of shut you down a little bit there when you tried to talk about it. Felicia, you kind of got shut down too by Friday and like not wanting to give answers. What's everybody thinking as you go off on this little rendezvous?
I think that Felicia is feeling a little bit more nervous. Like things are going to get really real after the spring break. And she's feeling more pressure to make this vacation super special. So she's, taking out the more romantic boat. She's hoping that when we get to the sandbar, everything's going to be just absolutely perfect, and is concentrating on driving her like very best so that Friday doesn't get splashed at all. Um, but Felicity gets splashed as much as she wants because we've got these two sides of the coin here.
Friday's in the middle of the boat, like hunkered down, like with a little like tiki cup, big hat, just like looking pissed, but clearly, secretly enjoying himself. And then
And
Felicity's up
Felicity's so
front.
excited. Yeah, she like stands up and like tosses off her shawl and like puts it on Friday to kind of give her that extra protection from the sun. Here, babe, I know I don't need this. And she like kind of walks up and starts just she can tell that Felicia's feeling some sort of like she's as soon as she walked in and was like, "Hey, what are you guys talking about?" Like she could tell that that kind of made her tense.
Mhm.
So she's just gonna like go up and like rub her shoulders and like, "Hey, you're like, this, thank you so much for doing this. Like this is so great. I've never experienced anything like that. This is awesome. I'm so excited and I'm just so glad to be here with both of you. I don't know what you're
Aw.
worried about, but let's just have fun."
Oh, Boo Boo, you're so sweet. Thank you. And also, I'm not worried about anything because we're having so much fun. You're right. Let's break out the drinks. Let's get the umbrellas. Let's like write our names in the sand. It's so good. So good being here with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure
you're
Friday will love the writing part.
do enjoy writing some good runes and hexes in the sand. But yeah, Felicia, you're giving off some pretty negative vibes, actually.
Alicia looks really worried and is like, oh, I'm ruining the vacation with my
I did.
negative vibes. This is
Um,
awful.
I'm gonna take another force of nature move here, which are becoming my new favorite things, just so you guys know. Um, Felicia, you specifically definitely remember, because you've been keeping an eye on the mail. Um, definitely remember seeing a letter for like an elite pastry school with a Chicago like stamp on it. But by the time you actually kind of like went back to the counter to grab it, it was gone. And this kind of like comes to the forefront of your mind, especially because you're thinking about that conversation that you guys had. And you're thinking back to like what Friday said to you and how you guys were pretty quick to kind of shut Felicity down, probably because you don't want her to worry, but you know she heard something. So I'm just going to drop that little thought train in your head.
these are so
Felicia,
cool.
absolutely. Felicia, is realizing that she's not holding this together very well and is worried that she's ruining vacation and kind of just at this point breaks and is like, I just wanted this to be super special, but I'm having a hard time focusing because I'm worried about what's going to happen after, and I'm just Felicity.
Hey, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're having a wonderful time. Um, I I've been kind of practicing um some pizza dough though, and I wanted to ask you, um, both of you. I know you love your pockets, but like what kind of pizza do you think's best? Like the big slices, like that are as big as your face that you have to fold in half, kind of like I don't know, like New York, or like that real thick, like deep dish style that you get in a Midwest, like oh, Chicago. Like which one do you prefer?
It's a
Uh,
really hard choice. Maybe you could say which one you prefer first,
oh my
because I don't want to
God, I
influence anybody.
It's your your opinion. Like which pizza do you like better?
don't like pizza.
Friday. Okay, if it was in pocket form, would you want it like thin or full of stuff with extra dough?
Well, we're clearly not talking about pizza.
Yeah, we're definitely
So
talking about pizza. Like, what else are we talking about?
okay. Now you're giving weird vibes. In fact, both of you are giving me the weirdest vibes. Your aura is just icky right now.
Somebody's going to take
What
these
do you
screen caps and make so many innuendos out of all of this. I just hope everyone's prepared for that. And I also just want to go in and
I'm
say that, of course, there's pockets is our favorite. It's because women don't get pockets, okay? So you have to take them where you can.
ultimately, yep. Who is saying who has negative vibes? Me. Everybody has negative vibes right now. All right.
Felicia, as you guys get to the sandbar and you start setting up, I'm going to assume and take some liberty here that you guys have kind of gone quiet after the pizza discussion. And you've gotten to the sandbar. It's not a very long boat ride. It's only like, a 10, 15 minutes. It's gorgeous. It's fun. But you guys start setting up. You pour some drinks. You kind of come over to the blanket that's been laid out, and the canopy that you took out, and the extra blankets over the canopy that you put on for your very goth girlfriend. You guys sit there for just a moment in a very slightly awkward silence. But you're in this beautiful place together. And it's just a reminder that you guys, for right now at least, are together.
I think without saying anything, Friday is just going to kind of like lay down where like her head is on Felicity and her like legs are on Felicia, as in like cuddling both of them without saying anything, to just kind of like comfort both of them and just go, or like, and just like lay there and not say anything. Just put weight on them like a cat. Just, just laying there in silence. Because they, but and then starts becoming slightly uncomfortable because neither of them are talking, and then goes, um, you two are silent for once. I won't say I've never thought about this, but I'm used to some background noise, and this is getting uncomfortable.
I just thought that maybe you would like it if we were quiet for a little bit, just enjoying company of each other.
Yeah, like when the woods are quiet, that's when bad stuff is happening. That's kind of what this feels like. An eerie quiet. Um,
It's definitely not bad. It's great. We're totally fine with quiet. We love this. We love being together and sometimes just being quiet because we don't have to talk to each other all the time because maybe we won't be able to talk to each other all the time, and that's fine. And we're okay.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something that would come out of my mouth, not your mouth.
Cool.
Your mouth would
Felicity,
be
like, shifts towards Felicia. Okay, now we know there's something wrong. So go ahead and spill it.
Okay.
Felicia, before you can say anything, the radio on the boat goes off. And you can hear it's a little crackly, but it's definitely Carlo. And there's a sense of urgency to his Italian. And you hear your name.
Well, I think I need to get that. I'm so sorry. I race over to the boat and I pick up the radio and ask what's going on with Carlo.
Carlo is going in and out of Italian, which is how you know that he's been like caught off guard by something. And he lets you know, he's like, I'm so sorry, amore. You need to come back. There's been a surprise guest, and I think it is best if you come deal with it now.
Oh wow, okay. Can you tell me who this is? Do we all need to come deal with this?
And you hear him say something sort of muffled in Italian, like he's holding the walkie off a little. He comes back. He's like, yeah, yes, bring your beloveds. I'm sorry. I must go. I was not expecting. Get back as soon as you can. Safely, though. Safely.
Okay. Ladies, bad news. Carlo needs us. There's somebody at the house, and I don't know what's going on. I think we gotta be ready to go a little wolf, show a little teeth if we need to, but also maybe it's just somebody normal who we can deal with. I have no idea. This is not what I wanted for this vacation, but we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna be okay.
I mean, considering we've got enough food for a small army, I'm assuming it's the small army that we inevitably invited to the house. That's my
Well,
guess, though.
You're
Can you
probably
give
right.
us a signal if we need to go, Wolf? Because if I can tell you're uncomfortable or feel some sort of way, I'm gonna try to defend you, and I don't want to eat your mom that we've never met.
I hope it's not my mom. God. All right.
Oh yeah, does
I-
she know? Yeah.
She knows that we are roommates, and I haven't
Oh.
talked to her since that changed.
Oh,
So
we were
And they were
roommates.
roommates.
Oh, we are roommates.
I establish a signal with Felicity, and I feel really good knowing that she has my back.
Well, let me know if you want me to eat them and use their skulls as a ritual device,
As you do for any good
100%.
girlfriend.
as you would do for any good girlfriend. Exactly.
Okay. So you guys quickly pack up. You head back to the villa. You walk up. And as you walk up from the beach, you guys all take a moment. At this point, you're probably reaching late afternoon. The sun's not setting yet, but it's heading towards the horizon. It's getting to that time in the afternoon where everything starts to kind of settle into that like dull orange color, and you know that the evening is coming. And as you get closer, you guys come up those back steps of the villa. You get to see the beautiful pool deck that you haven't yet gotten to spend time in. And you see that the back doors are wide open, leading up from the pool. And coming down from those doors, you hear two voices that you recognize quite well, Felicia. And so I would love for you to describe to me as you guys go up those steps into the villa. I would love for you to describe for me your mother and father.
Oh no.
Oh no! All
Dun,
right.
dun,
So, Felicia's mom, we'll start off with her. She is, probably in her 50s, but clearly spends a lot of time, spends a lot of money, looking good, getting the work done to, not have a single wrinkle on her face, anything like this. She has a like short blonde bob. She is wearing a like a linen suit and has her matching accessories that she has always got on her. Felicia's dad is a tall, dark-haired guy with the biggest mustache you've ever seen. And he is similarly wearing like some business casual, nice linen clothing. That's great for Italy. This is what you wear at the villa, of course.
of course.
And their dress shoes are clacking on the tiles as they come out towards the pool. And Felicia goes, "Mom, Daddy, I didn't think you would be able to be here. It's really great to see you.
And your mother speaks first. She says, "Oh, darling, well, we knew you wanted to use this for a spring break trip, but we just couldn't resist when we heard that it was just 3 of you here. We really wanted to meet your friends. And it's been forever since we've visited this villa. You know, we generally prefer the chalet in Switzerland."
You generally prefer the chalet, like a lot above this one. But that's fine. That's great. Well, let me introduce you to Friday. She's gonna do some journalism. We've known each other for a couple years, been living together for a couple years. Friday, this is my mom and dad.
Armed. Friday's like hackles would be up if she was a werewolf, but she is currently holding it together, and it's just like full deadpan, full charmed, and then just gives an awkward like twitch of a smile, like she's supposed to, and it looks really painful on her face.
I turn towards Felicity and I say, and this is Felicity. She is training in the patisserie arts. And we have lived together for a little while. She is going to be using the kitchen to make us some special treats while we're here. Felicity, this is my mom and dad.
And oppositely, she runs forward and is like, "Hi, so nice to meet both of you." And like shakes both of their hands and like gives mom a hug and then tries to like kind of awkwardly like starts to shake hand, but then just like, "Oh," and then gives dad a hug. And it's like, "So nice to meet you both. Wonderful daughter you have."
I love Felicity so
So much. So much.
Mhm.
I feel like your mom's caught off guard by that. Like she's not used to people just so like willingly intruding her space. She's like the debutante version of Friday. It's like you might have smudged my lipstick. Whereas your dad is just like, "Oh, I love it," and then he gives Felicity a big hug and is like, "Are you the one that made those scones that you sent with my little Lily back for Christmas last year?"
Yes, did you like them?
Oh, they were to die for. My doctor hated me after the fact because I ate so many of them.
Yeah. You're so good though. I'm practicing. I'm sorry for the mess in the kitchen. I've got lots of things going at one time.
And as you kind of peer around the corner, you actually see that the help has already cleaned it up.
I think Friday's like internal eyes twitch, like, cause like again it was like Felicity was working on something and they touched something that they weren't supposed to, and it was just like, you touched her stuff. You touched her stuff. She's like fully ready to like throw hands at any point. And she goes, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Felicia's mom and dad. What a beautiful villa that you have here. Felicia didn't say what do you do in order to be able to expense such a vast property in such a provincial town?
And Felicia's dad's going to speak up right away. It's just, "Oh, yes, yes, yes. My family is in logistics. We own quite a few different shipping ports all across the world, which is actually why we have so many places, is because a lot of the time my business takes me there to make sure that the shipyards are in control, that the base of operations is working, when we have OSHA checks." And he begins to like hyperfixate off. And Felicia, I feel like you've heard this conversation like multiple times throughout your life of like the importance of OSHA and like what it takes to be a good logistics person. And he's just like going off and talking about all the different ports they've added and that sort of thing.
100%. I think I just kind of check out and pull Felicity to the side while my mom is like checking her makeup in her little compact mirror. I'm like, "I'm really sorry about this. I did not know that they were going to come. I feel like this really changes the vibe of this getaway. And
I mean, it's okay, love. We'll figure it out. I mean, we've been wanting to meet your parents. Maybe not this way, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. She'll like find a way to kind of like brush your back or squeeze your hand or something where it's she knows that like your mom's not gonna see it immediately to try to comfort you. Okay.
thanks, Boo. Should we like tell them? Should we just act as normal and see if they figure it out? They might not. They're parents. They like don't know about these things.
As your dad
Maybe-
reels
maybe?
up for another logistics point, and I'm sure that Friday's eye might actually be twitching now, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Your mom perks up and says, "Oh, Carlo was telling me that he has everything for a dinner party, so we must have come at the right time. We invited some neighbors, a couple of the ones you remember from growing up. You know that the Fairways down the way, their son is about your age. He is just about to go into law school, just like you. And they're going to come tonight for dinner. And we just thought that would be so nice. And it'd be a good opportunity for your friends to meet some more people in your life and things like that."
Oh, boys. Joy.
Yeah, that's an opportunity. I hmm hmm. We do have an awful lot of food, so I feel like we can't unextend that invitation. But Mom, I want you to know that nothing's gonna happen with the Caraway Boy. We're not not buddy buddy like that.
I have to tell you the amount of restraint it takes me not to name this guy Warner, just for the record. Because I can't do that to myself, but I digress. Well, you never know. You have no idea until you meet him and you speak with him. I mean, I never thought I'd go for someone like your father and all of his logistic nonsense, but we've been together for so long and we're so happy, and we have you and your sister and your younger brother who couldn't make it. You know, your sister is modeling in Milan right now, and your brother is finishing his AP classes before he starts on college next year. All that fun stuff.
Lucy's kind of scratching the back of her neck and looking at Friday and like, she might know.
Friday does not clock any hits. Instead, she's like getting defensive for Felicia, or like for Felicia, and just be like, yeah, and Felicia personally has gotten into at least 4 or 5 law schools based on my count of our mail. Harvard, Yale, Brown, some other ones that I'm sure exist that I don't recognize.
Oh dear, you didn't tell us that
Stanford.
in our last phone call.
Yeah,
Wow.
I kind of wanted to make some decisions before I filled all the secrets about everything. Not that it's a secret from you, Mom. Not that I would keep secrets from my mom.
Never. Oh, well, pish posh, enough of that. It usually takes a good couple hours for Carlo to do a good spread. You know, I do love his branzinos, just the best. Why don't you 3 go freshen up? And we'll talk more at dinner when our friends arrive.
It's a great idea. It's probably going to take several hours to get all this sunscreen off and really be looking our
it off.
best.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, it just doesn't come off with regular soap and water, so we'll need it a little bit. I need some help. Charmed to meet you, of course.
Okay. So you guys head up to Felicity's room. Felicity, or I'm so sorry, Felicia. That's the first time I've done it. I'm real proud of myself. It's the first time I've managed to do that. Felicia, I'm going to ask you once more. I promise I'll ask you less soon. But what do you feel like the home here at the villa would be? Especially this being probably one of your favorite places to vacation to.
Yeah. So, just for like a general vibe of the room that I always use here, it's got a balcony with big picture windows overlooking the ocean. There is a large space, tiled floors. It does have a fireplace for here in the winter. The bathroom has one of those very fancy clawfoot tubs that has been retrofitted to have all of the nice indoor plumbing that you would want. And I think that we go into the bathroom and like lock the door and do get out the special anti-zinc soap that we're gonna need to get all this off.
Lube.
But I immediately like start the tub going as full blast to try and give us some noise so that we can talk in here. And I have my back up against the door and let the panic out here. Where Felicia says, "Girls, I am so sorry. This is absolutely not what I wanted. We can jump into that boat and we can go to a different place. I can buy us a new villa, and we can still salvage this. We can just tell my mom that it's going to take 72 hours to get the stuff off, and we're going to be in here the whole time, and that'll give us the time we need to just get away from this mess."
I think Friday doesn't like say anything, but she just kind of like slinks around and kind of like puts her hands on Felicia and just goes, "Shh." And then like does like the whatever relaxation, I'll leave it to your own imagination, that you would do, that she would do to get her to like relax a little bit into this. Yes, we're talking about sex.
Oh, no, please elaborate. I don't think anyone in the chat knew what we were talking about at all.
Oh no, but if you are consent, she like is waiting for your consent, but kind of like allowing to give you some relaxation.
Yeah, I definitely lean into that. I could use that comfort right now.
Yeah. And I feel like Friday will kind of almost like, as soon as she gets Alicia to kind of like chill, she'll like, pass over to Felicity to like again show her affections. I'll have them both calm down because the vibes are all off. But they could be on, and that's why we're doing.
Felicity is actually like, she's gone straight to assume there's a toilet in the room. So she's sitting with the lid down. She's sitting legs crossed, arms across her chest. And you can tell that she's upset about something that was just in the conversation. And so she's trying not, because she knows this is a lot for Felicia and we weren't expecting things. But then she also was not expecting things that were just said that she didn't know about. So she's kind of pouting.
No, Felicity.
Ooh, I maybe overreacted there. Friday, thank you. I'm feeling a little better. Felicity, are you okay?
I'm fine.
I turn to Friday and I go, "She's not fine. This is terrible. She is not fine. What do we do? She's never been this not fine."
Friday like starts to put her hands on Felicity and asks for consent in the way to relax her.
Look, I've heard that orgasms are great therapy. That's all I'm saying. Like, That
I like Friday is not using her words. She's just. This
other
is something she's
uses
good
for the
at.
tongue.
Yep.
Babe, I love you so much in all of the things you do, but no, I feel like you two have been sharing more with each other than with me apparently. So I need a minute.
Oh.
What?
Oh. I I think you need to talk, she says, and she pushes you about your letters. And then she'll like go and like get into the tub and like put on the bubble bath and then like go up to her little eyes and stick her ears out so she can listen and flick water at you if you don't talk.
Whatever freaking pizza you want me to make for you, I will make. I just need you to make a decision. I need you to tell me which pizza you like. Or like share with me what kinds of different pizzas that have been offered to you.
Felicity,
Because I didn't know
I
you had other pizza offers.
I've had a lot of pizza offers and they're all really good. It's hard to choose, and I don't want to choose uh, a pizza and then make you make it for me because you deserve to be able to make whatever pizza you want. And I'm worried that I'm gonna make a decision that makes your decision for you. And I
You can
just
make
want
pizza anywhere.
exactly. You should be able to make it where where you want. I can go to law school anywhere. I mean, anywhere there's a law school, which is anywhere that's worth being. But I I don't want you to feel like you have to come with me to New York if you want to be in Chicago, if you want to do pastry school instead of opening a bakery, if you, I just want you to be happy.
I don't want you to regret choosing a deep dish over a flat, floppy New York style pizza. And then I'll feel like it was my fault for the rest of our lives. And I can make any kind of pizza anywhere.
Well,
I feel like your decision's more important. And the fact that you didn't tell me that you got, like, I haven't seen any of these letters.
I, I'm sorry. I was really nervous about sharing because it's a big decision and I didn't want things to change. I just it's been so amazing being with you guys. And I mean, I know that we could live on opposite sides of the country and still see each other on the weekends. Like, I have a private jet, it's easy. But it's not as nice as just being able to wake up next to you guys every day. I. Okay.
That's what I want. My vision for what I want is more fluid than the two of you. Literally, we could go to some podunk town in southern USA and I could make bread or make biscuits. I can do what I want to do wherever you two are. I just want to be included in the decision. And I feel like you guys are keeping it from me.
You're right. Friday, you're part of this decision too. Where
Friday was just like blowing up bubbles and then pops up.
I know you've gotten a couple letters. Maybe we can map these out and see what our options are between the three of us. Do you have anything in New York or Chicago?
No, I don't. I have the Inquirer and some posts in Humboldt and one in Jersey, which might be close. Chasing the Jersey Devil.
Jersey could work. I mean, you could come and visit in New York because I don't especially want to go to Jersey, but that's like really close.
It's Jersey, you know? Besides, the Jersey Devil is so overrated. There's also one from Point Pleasant at checking down the Mothman. There is one in New Mexico with the Chupacabra.
Felicity, I'm going to do a force of nature here for you, and I'm going to say that you remember one of the first interactions you ever had with Friday was borrowing her Point Pleasant sweatshirt that says Mothman does it better. And like she's subscribed to like the Mothman email and everything.
Mothman. We have visited Mothman and bounced quarters off of Mothman's ass. Level of.
I know you love Mothman. I mean, wouldn't you be leaning towards that one?
I mean, but it's West Virginia.
I heard there's
It's
a
in-
really good law school there.
Yeah.
One of the Virginias, right?
You're talking about
absolutely.
Vanderbilt? No, that's somewhere else. But that's neither deep dish nor New York style. It's a pizza pocket. Frozen. Consistent.
I don't know. I might be able to make good pizza pockets there. I could do Mothman pastries.
But
Not made of. Fine.
I feel like you said Mothman pastries, and there's like a single tier that comes down, which could be sweat from the hot bath or a bubble or something.
could be anything. Well, maybe one of the days of this trip I could send out a couple more applications so that we can get this all figured out. But Felicity, I'm glad that we talked about this. I think you're right. We should be making this decision together.
I mean, if we want to still be together, right? It's not just me that wants that.
There's nothing I would want more.
Weight that keeps me to the earth itself. The gravity that pulls me into a center. Friday continues to speak and ends up giving you like a pretty long and you could tell actually thoughtful poem. I'm not very good at poetry on the spot, but like performs that and goes and ends it with like is the love I feel for both of you. And then immediately dunks back down under the bubbles, blushing furiously and refusing to acknowledge that just happened.
Okay. We have reached one of our emotional climaxes of the game, which for anyone listening and paying attention, that is the whole point of this one-page system, is for our beautiful lovers to come into an emotional climax together. And that's why we talk about our wants and our fears and the things for this throuple at the very beginning, and why I, as the force of nature, get to drop little pieces in as we go. So you guys have reached one of those, and that's wonderful and beautiful, and you feel stronger as a couple. So you begin to get ready for this dinner party that your parents have now forced upon you. And so you guys begin to get ready for this party. what's going through everybody's mind, sort of as you're getting ready for this party and thinking about all of the things that are probably going to happen at this party or what you might have to prepare for it. What's everybody vibing?
I think
Nervous, worried about going full wolf when her mom says something sideways. Worried about Friday going full wolf when her mom says something sideways.
I think Felicia is thinking about this lovely moment we've just had and thinking about how she has just said, like, I don't want anything more in this world than being together with you guys. And how if that's really what she wants, then she should be able to tell her parents that. But it's still very scary. And she's not sure if she's going to be able to do it or if this dinner party is going to be the best place to do it. But she feels like she wants to be able to at this point.
Okay. And I'm going to take another force of nature move here and a little bit of liberty. And I'm going to say that Felicia gets ready first. Maybe on purpose. Maybe it just kind of times out that way, especially because of all these things that are going through her head. And before we jump over to what Friday is feeling, I'm going to say that you get ready first and you sort of make an excuse to go down to the kitchen. And we'll jump back to you in a second, but I just want to set and let you think. You're going to come upon Carlo finishing the dinner, setting out sort of like the charcuterie plates, the antipasta plates. He has set up a beautiful long table, but that's who you're going to kind of happen upon. And you have just this quiet moment before anyone else. But before we do that, I do want to hear Friday's feelings as well.
Friday feels incredibly vulnerable and very awkward because she just put her heart on her sleeve and she's not comfortable with that. And then knows that she's about to be at a party, which is uncomfortable. Feels relieved that it happened, but very uncomfortable. She's just like she's uncomfortable, period. And just happy they talked and is now just like, ugh, I can't believe I did that. Ugh.
And before we jump to Felicia, you guys have a moment alone here too, Friday and Felicity, because Felicia finished up. She lets you guys know she's just going to go down, pour you guys each glass of wine so that you're ready for when everyone starts showing up. What maybe do you guys, now that you kind of have this moment alone as Friday and Felicia did earlier, what do you feel like maybe you would chat about or take a moment to kind of like think about, also thinking about that this is probably going to be a very emotionally charged thing, knowing Felicia's past and the things she's still struggling with?
I'm gonna kind of hold Friday's hands like more at the fingertips because she knows that you don't love holding hands. Okay, so how do we defend our love without making this a catastrophe? Because I feel like after all of that, like, I feel emotional in several ways, and I know you do, and feel uncomfortable in all of the things. And I feel like this is going to be really uncomfortable, and her mom's probably going to push that boy on her. How we need to have a plan.
I think Friday, when she's uncomfortable, seeks out comfort specifically from Felicity and Felicia. And since Felicity is here, she's kind of like gone under your arms and is just like sitting like very close to you, just like putting pressure on you, and going, I think if you can help me ground, I will help you ground. And I don't know, do we want to flirt with the guy to get him away so she doesn't have to? You know what I mean? Give her parents space. I mean, no one can resist
And
a goth girl.
that's true. That's true. I couldn't. But I kind of feel like she wants to tell her parents tonight. So if we're flirting with the guy, that might make it a little harder.
True. Or getting him away from her, maybe. Or maybe, I don't know, playing defense.
Yeah,
One of us
until
defends
she's
the
ready.
boy until she's ready, and the other one plays defense on the parents.
Yeah,
Besides,
but not too much where we eat them.
let's, unless she really wants us to. I mean, I
Yeah, I
would
mean,
offer.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, I would
we're in
offer,
another
you know.
country.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what is it? Like diplomatic immunity for werewolves here? I think so. I think I read that.
Yeah,
This is
it's something
this
like
is
that.
like this is a vampire town, so definitely diplomatic immunity.
As we discuss the diplomatic immunity and the possibilities of that upstairs. So, Felicia, I'm going to jump down to you. And like I described to you, you come upon Carlo, your sort of grandfather figure, probably the person that you've spent a lot of time with in your family's staff and all that, especially because this is like a comfort place for you into your adult years, especially. And I'm going to say, as he sets down sort of like the last tray with the full branzino on it and everything, he's going to kind of notice you and it's just, oh, amore, what ails you?
Oh, Carlo, I'm I'm a little worried about this dinner party. I feel like I love my girls, and my mom is gonna make me talk to that boy and think that something's gonna happen with it, and I don't think that I can keep up that lie. I think I want to tell my parents that I'm in this relationship and that it's amazing and it's wonderful and it's everything I could ever want, and I think that they are not gonna get it. Carlo, you're really, really uniquely understanding. I wish everybody was like you, but I
Ah,
think
amore. You see, we have saying here in the coastal town. The fish, it will always be salty. It comes from the ocean. You can only be you, amore. You can only be salty.
that's a good point. I don't want to be something else. I want to be me. I want to feel like I can be me. But what if I tell my parents and ruin this evening and they don't want to support me? What if I can't ever come back here? What if I can't ever see you again? What if I can't fly Friday out to see the Mothman every week and then she doesn't want to be my girlfriend anymore? And what if what if Felicity finds a really cute bakery and I can't buy it for her and then she doesn't want to be with me anymore?
I feel like at this point, Carlo's going to kind of reach out and he's going to take both your hands in his. And as I described earlier, Carlo is a shorter, stockier Italian man. But one thing about him is he has these very big, warm hands. And he just envelops your two hands with his. And he just holds it there and he goes, none of that matters. These girls, your girls, they love you. They are your amores. You feel that. And he reaches out and just taps right on your chest. You feel that here. You know. Everything else, it no matter. None of it matters. If you feel it is right to stand on top of the table and yell out your love for these women and let your family know and they decide not to accept you, they don't deserve you.
I smile and put my hands over my heart and go, Carlo, oh, you're the best.
I know.
And you're right.
He's gonna give you a big hug, and he's gonna reach behind him, and you see he's already set out 3 glasses of wine to sort of like aerate for you guys. He's gonna hand them to you, and he's go. Your girls, they come down. Your mother, she also come down. I hear her last season Jimmy choose from here.
That's
Season.
so embarrassing. I can't believe she would wear those.
You're welcome to any
Carlo.
Legally Blonde fans in the chat because I got them all up here, guys.
I take the wine over to my ladies and I say, girls, I love you both so much. And
I know.
I want to always be able to give you everything that you could ever possibly want. And
We have you.
oh,
That's all we need.
that's all I needed to hear. Thank you. I feel like we just had this moment where we talked about how it's important for us to make decisions together, and I want to get your input on if I tell my mom about us. Because I think I want to, but I don't want to make that just be my decision. That's not fair to you guys.
I've been wanting to meet your parents and hope that they would accept us. So if you feel like it's the right time, then let's do it. Because otherwise, we're going to have to deal with watching her push some dude on you all night. And I'm not really feeling that. So,
By the way,
Might
if he
need
goes
him.
missing, don't look for him. You know where he's at.
Friday, I love you.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can catch my mom before all the guests get here, because it'll be so much more awkward if everyone is here.
Yeah,
I think we should tell her during dinner.
we just swinging
just
for the
make an
fences, y'all.
Why not? It'll be fun. To like wink at you and like brush your shoulder, kiss your cheek. Could be fun. I mean, she's probably not gonna like it either way, so
You know
I
tell her
mean,
during
I-
dinner she won't want to embarrass herself in front of all of her friends, right?
that is wise. When did you get so smart, Felicity? You're like a
Haven't you been
crafty
paying
little
attention?
one.
Yeah, like, haven't you been paying attention? Felicity's always been this smart.
That's what
All
I
right.
keep in the closet.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a toast, and that's what I'm gonna say it. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay. So mostly for time's sake, because I'm pretty sure we could make this party go for another hour if we really wanted to. Which I reiterate once again that one of the reasons this is so great is because I get to have 3 of my favorite people at a virtual table, and this has been wonderful. So I'm going to say, for time purposes, and also because we truly are coming up to our final emotional climax of the game, we've hit all the things that you guys are scared of, all the things that you hoped for. We've figured out a lot of things about our characters and what they're going to do moving forward. So, Felicia, describe for me, towards the end of the dinner, you've been waiting for kind of the right moment, and you very stubbornly sat yourself between your 2 girls, didn't let your mom sit you next to the caraway boy. You made great conversation with everyone at the table. The desserts are finishing up. How do you want to do this? How do you want to take this final step into this final emotional climax and really swing for the fences?
Ooh. So I think I ask Carlo to bring out whatever the best wine we have is, because I say I want to make a toast. It's a special thing. I'm so happy to have everyone here for this toast. And I stand up with my wine glass and I look to either side of me and I see Friday, who's here, who has sat through this entire 3-hour dinner party that she 100% would rather not have been at, just to support me. And I squeeze her hand. And I look to my other side and I see Felicity, who has been the life of the party this entire time, who is, I imagine, grinning back up at me to give me the strength that I need to do this and make
Yeah,
this
she's
toast.
full dough eyes.
I squeeze her
thigh,
hand
like-
as well. And I raise my glass up to the light and I say, I want to make a toast to my two favorite people in the world. You see my parents start to smile. And
I feel like Felicity or Friday just like cuts them a look like she's not
"Nope,
talking
nope,
about you.
Not you.
Like
Mm-mm.
just with her eyes, just like not you.
I say, I want to make a toast to the future. I want to toast to a future full of love, full of kindness, full of being together and supporting each other. And everything that I have had for the past 2 years from Friday and Felicity, my girlfriends, and my lovers. And it has been such a wonderful relationship so far, and I can't wait to see where this goes in the future. Because I love these two women more than life itself. So I just want to toast to the future and to love. And I raise my glass.
And you hear
And
Carlo
I look
from
around
the
the
other room.
table.
Here, here.
She's gonna raise her glass and like also grab your hand and just like give you a kiss on the hand and kind of nod up at you like, good job, babe. You did it.
I think Friday will just like squeeze, but like not try to hold your hand, like not get trapped in it. But like it gives you an approving look. And then a glare at your parents to see if they're like a challenge to your parents.
I feel like your dad is going to like raise his glass and clink, and he's going to be looking around like, did we not know this? Was this not like, he's no, like he had no qualms. He was like, your roommate sent me a box of baked goods. Your other roommate answers the phone half the time when we call for our weekly phone call. Like in his head, he's like, no, I'm old money. I know closet when I see it. Like,
He's like, we're probably swingers ourselves. Like,
canon, who knows? I feel like your mom kind of goes through a couple different emotions. Like she hears you, she thinks you're talking about them and gets like all sappy and kind of doe-eyed a little bit, and then realizes you're not talking about them and gets kind of confused, and then hears what you have to say, and she gets kind of quiet, and then she stands up and she goes, I would love to do a toast in return to my beautiful daughter and her two beautiful girlfriends. I fear if you have not been able to tell us up to this point about these two wonderful people that we have done something wrong, because you are so happy here in this moment. And I can only wish that for my children. I know sometimes I put a lot of pressure on you, but we are so, so proud. And I am happy to toast to love as well.
Aww. Mom. I can't believe I didn't tell you sooner. This is everything I could have possibly wished for. Can we just do one like big group hug?
Absolutely. One big, just table-wide hug.
yeah, no, thank you. And Friday just kind of like steps out. Like, no.
Felicity's gonna reach one hand back to like and kind of like wiggle her fingers like towards Friday, like not to bring her in, but to like have her touch fingers to be involved in the group hug.
Friday will like grab your finger, be like, "This is acceptable."
And also kind of glance like, I kind of wanted to go full werewolf, but okay.
Um, and as
Time
you
to
guys
celebrate.
come to the end of this beautiful emotional climax, the clouds part behind you on the balcony, and it's a full moon. And everyone is welcome to go down to the beach or to the pool and stay in their forms, wolf out. It's just a wonderful evening. You guys have a wonderful time.
We bow a bay at the moon together as a family. Ow.
All the awoos.
Ow.
Okay, guys. For anyone listening, that is how the game would go. You reach these emotional climaxes, and the really cool thing about these one-page systems is you could do it as many times as you want. You could reevaluate these relationships as many times as you want. You can make brand new relationships as many times as you want. We do one-shots and stuff like this all the time on Talking Crit. I'm going to see if someone doesn't mind from our server dropping the server link in there if anyone wants to join us for games like this. We do lots of them. And who knows, maybe we'll do another lesbian werewolf game. I had another group that wanted to. And if this was any indication, I think it's lots of fun. And I do like calling myself a force of nature. That's empowering.
I think that is like the best GM thing I've ever heard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like that better than Game Master, for sure.
I know, right?
Force of nature.
It's just more fun, you know, because that's what you are. You're a force of nature to the game itself.
Here.
But my players, I hope you had a wonderful time, or at least half as wonderful as the time that I had.
It was so fun.
That was a lot of
Absolutely.
fun. I was like, I am not sure how to be closed off, but somebody did ask that I say Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos. So there you go, Dorkside.
Apparently you were channeling your Great Delisle very well there, because that was like one of the first comments.
Saw that.
I loved that. This is such a fun system, especially it being a one page that someone did for a pack like that. I mean, I'm sure I could do this game 20 different ways depending on who sat at my table, and I love that sort of stuff. I could not have asked for a better first trio of players. We joke all the time about this being our power thruple, but I mean, I think we got it, guys.
Look at the emotional
Again.
spice we did. Maybe we just play different lesbians again.
That
All
would be an
spectrum.
absolute blast. It was really, really fun playing with you guys, Emma. You were an incredible force of nature, and I loved how you just nudged things towards what they needed to go to for the game. And I am so happy with the other two members of this throuple. It was so fun. So
It
fun
was so
playing
fun.
with you guys.
It was so fun, guys. Thanks for playing. I've been looking forward to this like for weeks.
Same. 100%, especially given everything that happened to us a couple weeks ago. This was like the one that I was really upset that I had to reschedule because of our stuff, because I'd already been so looking forward to it, and it did not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, it looks like 30 did drop the Talking Crit Discord for anyone who's watching and is interested, who's not part of our crew already. We'll also be
Thanks,
posting.
30.
Thank you.
Thanks, 30.
Thank you.
We'll also be dropping this hopefully on YouTube if I figured out settings correctly. I think Jess and I fixed that earlier. Fingers crossed. Hope so. And anyone from Talking Crit that's watching, let me know if you guys want us to do more of these with more people. Like I said, I know I've got at least 3 more people who would love to do this game. And I'm sure that my power throuple here would love to do more adventures with our FFF group, or even new ones. All that fun jazz. But
I gotta continue now that our parents know. See what town we end up in.
Well, we have to get the boy that's like next door, have him come out as a vampire, and then kill him.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Move to
That
New
was,
York, figure out it's
conspiracy.
actually all a conspiracy for the vampire mafia, all that fun stuff.
Next, we've got to do like Never Stop Blowing Up a Werewolf.
And 30 has mentioned we do at some point need to start streaming our Alice is Missing games, especially as we have different Talking Crit streamers now. You could get kind of all the different viewpoints of playing a good game of that. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
But that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us. I am going to go ahead and log off stream. So players say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Everyone have a great night.